dry weather, this is how well it's going. It's actually making me so unbelievably angry. As I've mentioned a few times now, the spring cows are getting very close to calving, the first of them anyway. So we have been trialled it out last year, and then this is the second year using this product here from Harborough. So it is, you can kind of see it's like real fine mixture, and the product is called Greengold. And what it's got in it: soya, rapeseed meal, seaweed meal, oil, vegetable oil, so predominantly soya. So they get a bag of this a day, works out at the right amount per head. So I'm just going to go throw it in the mixer wagon now. The reason behind feeding this soya rapeseed meal is to try and help the colostrum quality. There's better start for the calf. As we all know, colostrum is key. So if we can do what we can to make sure that that colostrum is in high volumes and great, the words have just literally gone out of my head. Great quality is what I was trying to say. Quality is the key. So we want to make sure it's full of antibodies for the calves. When they take a good big belly full of it once they're born, that they are set up for the best we possibly can for their future. So we found that we tested some of the cows last year, and we did find that their colostrum quality was much better. So let's get this in the mixer wagon. It's obviously not the easiest of things to get in over, but yeah. This is about 25 kilos, I think. So this is what it looks like. Real fine, powdery. Doesn't really smell much. Let's get it in over. Disappeared already. Now to add the minerals. So these are the minerals, and these smell lovely. So again, a wee powder. Worked out how much we need per head, so we'll get these tipped in now. I'll add a bit more straw and the remaining silage, and then we'll get it out to the girls. So those minerals there are called Easy Cover. Fantastic minerals, we've used them for longer than probably my existence. Full of vitamin E, selenium and iodine. Perfect for the cows that are going to be calving. Hopefully it'll give them plenty of energy to push, strong contractions. Calves will come out with plenty of vigour. Good, strong, healthy animals. Then they're getting their Greengold to help with the colostrum. So hopefully I am creating a perfect mix for the calves. Fingers crossed. Straw, we're just big square bale of straw. Just cut the strings in the pit and just put in. We're giving them a wee bit more straw at the moment, just to try and save a wee bit on silage. So it'll be about 150 kilos of straw, and then getting topped up with silage. So roughly that's working out about 25 kilos a head per cow at the moment. And then obviously once they've calved, we'll probably try and up that slightly, just because it's that fine balance. You want to, they are still in good enough condition. They're obviously getting supplements as well. we're wanting to make sure that the calves are just ideal for coming out. We need to get them out and then they can grow once they're out. We don't want them to be a struggle getting out. Last year we had one season in the spring and that was one big calf. Otherwise, all was well. Fingers crossed for the same. Spring and autumn cows are obviously on separate mixes now. So same straw silage balance, roughly, maybe slightly more silage per head, just because they're obviously sucking a calf and hopefully back in calf. So the only difference with them is the minerals, and they were getting a wee drop of barley, but they've stopped that now. The bulls are out. That was just to try and help give them a wee bit of energy and help try and get the new calf to stick. So yeah, so two different mixes, one for spring, one for the autumn, and putting bales, I'm just opening here, putting bales still in the mix too, because we knew our silage pits weren't as full this year, and yeah, we're fairly getting through that middle one. It normally lasts us into March and we're still, well, we're in February, but yeah, we're over halfway through it. So that's concerning. Let's hope it's a lovely early spring and we can get some of the cows outside. Probably more straw to go in. Leave that to mix for the spring cows and I will start bedding the top cattle court. So I see there was a couple comments of folks saying, why do we not feed first and then bed? So basically, in that bottom shed down where the calving spring cows are, it really doesn't matter what order you do it in, because obviously it's got the scrape pass, so you drive your bedder tractor down the scrape pass and then feed on the outside of the shed. Whereas here in the top cattle court, because this building was built in what, the 1970s, 80s, something like that, obviously tractors were not the size they were today, so it's already tucky enough for the machinery that we've got, as you can see. So if I was to come in here with the mixer wagon first, you can see that I'm already right at the edge of the trough. So you've seen me putting out the silage and it comes over the trough. So I would just be running on top of it all the time, which on a frosty morning is fine because your wheels are clean. But because it's so wet and muddy outside and I'm having to drive from the bottom of the yard up, you're then just driving mud all along the top and it's just a waste, and it seems like unnecessary. It's an unnecessary waste basically. So you can see here, pass is clean. So that's why I come in and bed them first and then follow on behind with the mixer wagon. And then you leave the shed out there, done, leave them to it. Come back the next day, well, check them throughout the day, obviously bed them later on once they've finished their food, but you know what I mean. Just thought I would explain it a wee bit because machinery is so big nowadays, and our sheds were not designed for it, basically. All mixed, so let's go put it out to the cows. Spring cows all out, ready for them. Now to get the second mix on the go. Also, how nice is it to be so bright just after 8 in the morning? Beautiful. Long may this continue. This is a sign that spring is not far away. Thank goodness. Just got the autumn cows mix in, just put in 2 bales in the straw. Now I'm just going to go add their minerals. Dad is just bedding the spring cows now, and then we'll let them out. Heifer's all waiting patiently. So this is what I was saying, you know, obviously it's easier here, so it doesn't matter which way around you do it. You can feed first, feed second, and then bed them. Doesn't matter. This is why I prefer this setup, because as you can see there's plenty of space in the shed, and it's a lot safer. Autumn cows is now mixed, and as you can see they're all bedded. So now time to get it out to them. Revs. Patiently waiting. Or maybe impatiently waiting. Why does nothing go to plan when you need it to? When you've got a time limit for something, or you've got a meeting, everything just goes to shit. Why? Stress levels. Finally, we have some dry weather. This is so rough, it actually winds me up so much. Finally we have some dry weather, but there is such a cold wind today. It's cold, but it's dry. There's blue skies, and I have mud on my face. Anyway, so just heading up with some more silage to my main ewes, and I'm going to shift their rings because, as you saw, it's just an absolute disaster where they are at the moment. So I'm hoping that I can shift them to a dry patch. They're getting 6 fresh bales just now, and here's hoping that we get some dry weather because the ground is just an absolute bomb site. We need to muck out the top cattle court, but we can't get that done either because it is far too wet, and we will make a mess. But we might just have to. So I'm going to use this old track here instead of going through that gateway in the field, if I don't count this bloody thing. So So just gonna use this old track to go through the back and hopefully get a drier bit of ground, because this is just a disaster now. It's an absolute mess. The tracks are getting deeper. It's getting more dangerous. I mean, it is a rough bit of ground, but still. It's yuck. This is going to be a slow process. So this is what they're in at the moment. Obviously not ideal. So I'm going to move them through the back, upside this wood up here, and hopefully it'll be a lot drier. But let's go find out. Look at that. What a mess. Look at the state of them. Yuck. Look at this. So I've come out the worst of it, obviously. Not even leaving a mark. It's just totally different. This is much drier ground. So yeah, I'm gonna go and shift all the rings up here, because even if it means shifting them every time I fill them, you know, there's a big scope of ground out here, so hopefully this will be much better for them. There is obviously still wet bits in it, don't get me wrong, like there. See the water lying in some bits, but hopefully this will keep everything just a wee bit cleaner. So time to get the rest of the bales up and get the rest. This is how well it's going. I'm stuck. What is that, rocks? Oh, I hate this fecking weather. It's actually making me so unbelievably angry at A, how long this is taking me, B, the absolute mess I'm making, and C, just how difficult it is. Like, it is such a simple task to shift 6 rings and put 6 bales out, and it has taken me 2 hours. Because I have spent an hour trying to get unstuck twice. Like, I don't know if it's the machine is just useless in this weather and on these ground conditions, because it has been known to be useless before, or if it is just because the ground is so shockingly wet and saturated that it's just making everything difficult, because I just can't get about. I just slide in the totally opposite direction that I don't want to go in. Like, honestly, I am so angry at how long this is taking, and so angry at just the whole thing. Deep breaths. This is such a waste. It's not a waste of time because the ewes are needing fed, but it is such a waste of time, the amount of time that this is taking. It's painful. At least the ewes are appreciative of the hard work that I'm putting in here. Hopefully this will keep them a bit cleaner and try and sort their feet. That's the other downside to this weather. Not only is it causing an absolute red up everywhere, but it's really hard for the ewes to keep their feet right, because they're just constantly wet, they're poaching about in doves, they're just not getting a chance. And then obviously because it's wet and disgusting environments, that's when the bugs come, and they thrive in that conditions. So yeah, it's not ideal. I've got a few cripple yows. Normally I wouldn't be going through this batch of yows because this is my main ones. I wouldn't normally be going back through them until they're pre-lambing jabs, which is like mid-February. But I'm actually considering going through them sooner, i.e. like next week, tomorrow maybe, and picking out lean stuff and cripple stuff, because depending what the weather's going to do, like I've said, it strips condition off them, and I really don't want to leave it too long and they go completely downhill. So I might take them in, but then with doing that, you're stressing them out, you're running through them, you could get bashes, you could lose lambs, so it's a juggle. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, I can't decide. Job done. Thank goodness. Jesus. Right, enjoy ladies, because that was not enjoyable. Let's go rocks. I also, I don't know why, but whenever I get stressed I get real dry skin, so like my fingers all go red, and I don't know if you can really see it, but like my eyelids as well in there get really dry and sore. Don't know why. It's really quite annoying, but yeah. I'm obviously very stressed. Well, I know I am, but like, you can kind of see that finger goes all like horrible. It's all dry and funny. Anyway. Thank God that's done. Autumn heifers are going out, so the black bull, the old black bull, is staying at the farm. These girls are going out because we need the space for the new calves that will be born, and also to take those calves across the farm for loading before they go to the mart. So they are heading back out. And what day to be putting them back out? Beautiful. But of course, they're young and feel and haven't been outside, so they don't really know where they're going. Go on, girls. Shh, 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 shh. So the two that weren't in calf when we PD'd them there at testing, we'll obviously check them again and see if they are just going to be really late, or if they're not calf at all, then they will be sold. So yeah, that'll be a job for March time. Go on, girls, go on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to checking the rest of the autumn cows. Accommodation, girls. Hopefully this is the start of spring for you. Go and have a wee explore about now. There'll be silage going out to them as well, and a lick bucket too. Keep them happy. Texels are all just out having a wee bite of silage here. So I think that's it for this one. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below, and we shall see you for the next one.